Howdy Folks. Shabby's back. He's back with the much discussed Polaroid guide. At long last, a singular video that has all the Polaroids described in them. Sort of a visual representation of the wiki that has all the Polaroids listed on it. So I don't know how helpful it is. I hope it's some help to some people out there. That might need a little bit more hint. It's not a, I would say it's a semi-spoiler-free aid to finding the Polaroids. I don't use the online maps. I use the charcoal maps without any icons on them. So I would say it's semi-spoiler-free, as much as you can be with this type of stuff. So I hope it helps some people out there, and we'll just have a little fun. We're gonna do something a little different than maybe you've seen before in other guides. I'm actually gonna play. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna take Astrid from Bleak Inlet over to a spot in Mystery Lake where I messed up. There was a mistake in one of the spots. I misinterpreted the description, and yeah, so we're gonna correct that error right now. So along the way, I'm gonna intersperse some of the other recordings that I did where I discussed the map and the locations. Yeah, each of those they're pretty short. They're about 3 minutes a piece. I'm gonna put it all together at some point soon because I want to do this before the Tales from the Far Territory come out. Okay, so we're in Bleak Inlet. It is sunrise, so we should be leaving here pretty soon. Could have problems with one more Timberwolf pack, so we'll see how it goes. But I think before we leave, let's get a little shut-eye and let's dream of Bleak Inlet Polaroids. Let's get a little bite to eat first, though. I still want to maintain, we're not going to eat our peaches, no way. No way, no how. No way, no. We don't eat peaches. We eat all our sardines that we just found. Delicious. We haven't looted up this too much. There's still a whole bunch of the cannery to loot, but I'm just gonna let it ride. Let it ride. Okay, yeah, let's sleep for a couple hours. Let it warm up a little bit. Hopefully the weather won't be too bad for us. We'll see how it goes. But let's look at some Bleak Inlet. Okay, so Bleak Inlet Polaroids. There is one Polaroid in the zone and 4 potential locations where it could spawn. And obviously one location for the Vista. And it's Echo 1 radio tower. The first one I'll discuss is Hunter's Blind over here, and it is north of the Broken Bridge. There's also the washout trailers are over here, so it's west of those, and there's also like a little cave over here that I like to hide from Timberwolves. So it's sort of in this general area. There's actually 3 hunter's blinds in the zone, so don't get confused. I think there's one kind of up in here, and then there's one in here. But it would be the most southern of those 3. The second one is the Broken Lighthouse, which is pretty easy to find. It's just behind it. It's somewhere behind it. I don't know exactly where. I would guess that it's somewhere on this side of the island, but I don't actually know. But it's somewhere back there. Probably doesn't seem like it would be very hard to find at all if it's back there. So just, I mean, the Broken Lighthouse is a very easily identifiable landmark, so I won't get into how to get there. The third location is probably the most difficult to find. It is, I would say the best way to describe it is there's a rope climb that goes up to the upper level of this area. There's sort of an upper level here that's accessible from the ravine. There's a rope climb kind of in this area, and it's basically straight across from that. There's two rock formations. You basically go between the two rock formations, and there's some scrub in there, and it would be located in that area. And the fourth and final one is the secret mountain path. It is at the very end of the mountain path. You get to the mountain path from a climbing area on this side. You go underneath the ridge or mountain and go along this cliff edge on this side. And that's where that was relocated, over there. At the very end, there's a grass bed over there. And then the vista location is basically you enter it from the ravine up here, and you just go all the way down this upper level. You cross a bridge, there's a radio control hut, and then a tower, and that's where the vista location is located. And that's it. Okay. I have 8 of those to do, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep every time. Maybe I'll find some little breaks here and there. I got to do 8, I think. Okay, well, let's go out here into the danger zone. Try not to die. Look at that. I've never noticed that before. Again, this is probably one of my least experienced zones in the game for me, so this too.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Ooh, beef jerky. I'll take that. For a starving Shabby. That's good stuff. For a growing Shabby. Hey, look, our fire stick going out here. It's so funny because it's been like 2 weeks since I've played. It's funny to see things are still happening. Game time. Alright. Is this not even a warm fire? Let's see, is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Alright, well, let's get down here. Let's do a little teed up. Oh, we got dog food in there too. That's good. Actually, let's make some tea. Let's make some tea. If we have enough water for this. Let's check our water first. Okay. Alright, it should be okay. Nope. Should we make a birch bark? Let's make a birch bark. Okay, those are the Timberwolves over there. How many arrows we have? 7. Okay, that'll be enough to get us to Mystery Lake. No problem. Could just run over there and loot those up. Those buildings. I think there's a safe over there, actually. Run over there, do that. Where's that safe? I never can remember where that safe is. It's right here. Here we go. Oop. There we go. All right.
It's too cold.
Was there any doubt? Okay. Don't worry, we're gonna be skipping ahead. We'll be there'll be links to go straight to the good stuff in this video. that he dumped too, I guess. Oop, I had it. Oh man, these are way out here. How's this torch not lit? Is it too cold for a torch or something? Okay. Let's go. Space tracks. Okay, so, I don't know, some things I want to say about Polaroids. I was going to make some notes, but, you know, I usually just wing these, and they work out just fine. So, but I just don't want to miss anything. I'll try to remember some of the things I was wanting to say. One of them is the wiki that you would reference to try to find these. It's pretty accurate. I don't think there's... I think there's might be one mistake.
Sure getting cold.
But that might be because I screwed something up. I think the only mistake I would say that is likely, but not 100%, is there is 2 entries for a Polaroid around the Pleasant Meadows farm in Mountain Town. I'm pretty sure that there's only one there up on the hillside, but could be wrong. I only say that because I did a little bit of research on Reddit, and it seemed like, I think it was Reddit. I did some research, let's just say. So that's always a red flag should go up when you hear people say that. Pretty sure there's only one spot there. It could be wrong though. Could be wrong. Leave that open. Let's just warm up in here real quick.
Cold in my life.
And as we warm up in here, let's go back and look at, since we're talking about Mountain Town, let's go look at Mountain Town. The Mountain Town Polaroid. There's only one Polaroid here. There are 4 potential spots for this Polaroid. Let's start at above Paradise Meadows, which is okay. There's something to talk about here in the wiki. There are 2 entries for a Polaroid in this area, and I actually don't know if that's accurate or not. I was looking at, there was some entries I saw on Reddit that made me think that there's probably only one, but I could be wrong about that. So take it with a grain of salt. There might be 2 spots here. But the one I know for sure is if this is the farmhouse, there's a little hill behind it. You would go behind the house and up to this ridge. That is one spot. Another spot is underneath a car or near the car. I can't remember exactly, but this is the bridge, the Spruce Falls Bridge, I think it's called. And there's a bear cave right here, and there's a car right across from the bear cave, where there's another Polaroid spawn there. I would recommend, if you're going up here, to take the come up here and take the transition cave, and it'll take you down through here and spit you out here, and which is near the plane crash. So you would work your way down to the very, very bottom. There's all kinds of debris and containers down there. That is another potential spot. And the final spot is actually, here is let's say this is the farmhouse. There's a, sorry, it's not right there. It's actually right here. There's a rope climb that leads down into the basin. And so, You would follow this little creek along, come this way, stay to the left side if you can. Just stay as far to the left as you can, and then there's sort of a high area as you're going along here, and then you cut back and you work your way up to the top, and there's another potential spot up there. And then finally, where you map all the stuff from is a pretty easy spot. I mean, here's the town of Milton right here. There is Mother's house is right here, let's say, and then sort of behind Mother's house, and then up that hill, there's a radio tower up there. And that's it for Mountain Town. Okay, and we're back. Maybe we should look at another one while we're in here, while we're warming up some more. I don't know. Let's look at, I don't know, let's just do another one. I don't know, I'll decide in post. Hush River Valley Polaroids. Well, there's actually only one Polaroid here. It has 4 potential locations where it can spawn in. The first one is probably the hardest one to kind of find because there's no real good reference point. There's one of the ice cave, I keep using the wrong color for this. One of the ice cave exits / entrances is nearby. I think the bear cave is right here. So you would leave the ice cave and work your way back around up a hill, and there's an abandoned camp up there where that's one of the potential spots. Valley View Point is a location this is the Hush River itself right here, and there's the waterfall right here. So there's a high point right above this waterfall, south of the river. There's a high point with some scrub brush. You have to cut the scrub brush down to get to a little cache box, one of those little metal boxes. That's another spot. Another spot is near the southern signal fire. Let's put the signal fire right here. There is ice cave exit right here. You would work your way up the hill, cross this log, and then go to the right once you cross the log. And down in here, there's a dead end, but there's a potential spawn down there. I can't remember if it's on a corpse or a container. Sorry about that. The 2 other spots are in this there's the sort of the lowest part of the zone right here is called Mini Falls, and you have to go down in here. There's the 2 spots are down in this area. One of them is at the landslide, sort of at the most southern area. There's a bunch of little nooks and crannies in here, but it's the most southern one of those crannies that you can find a Polaroid in. The other spot is the Moose Overlook. I think you have to cross a log to get to this area, but I don't know. I think the log is in here or so. And there was a corpse in a backpack up in here. There's not a lot of places that it could be hidden, so as long as you get up there, you'll be able to find it. It's not that bad. You map all this stuff from Pensa Vista, which is let's say that in this low area right here, there's a 2-rope climb to get up here to this vista point. Monolith Lake is up here. There's other ways to get up to this point. I got up to it from the 2-rope climb, but there's also other ways to get up here via the ice caves or whatever. And that's it for Hush River. That's the beauty of these. You can do stuff in post. No problem. You can just fix it. I've already looted this. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just killing time here. Actually, we can warm up a lot quicker if we just drink. Let's just drink one of these. Let's drink this. And we're totally slaked now. So we can't drink any more hot teas. At least nothing substantial. Okay. Now I just hope that there's no moose here. But we're gonna... Let's grab some sticks. Oh, favorite. I'm so excited about the... Oh, there's the moose. Should we shoot the moose? I want to shoot it. I don't have time for it. I just don't have time. This is a Polaroid guide. This is this is the one time where we're gonna have to just not shoot the moose. It's a Polaroid guide, Shabby. Come on, focus. Now I am not the best at navigating the delta, the frozen delta. It is a very difficult place to go through, though. My recommendation is just to stick to the lower part down here, and don't get up in there. Just don't. I mean, you can, and if you're good, then by all means. If you're like me, not the best at navigating Bleak Inlet, I would just recommend just sticking to this lower half. Not lower half, just the bottom end of it, and just work your way around this way. I mean, basically all the way across, and then once you get onto the other side, then you can get up to the transition cave. This is way less treacherous, and you actually can avoid, you can't completely avoid the Timberwolves, depending on where they are, but you're more likely to avoid the Timberwolves. And we can start working our way up now here. Now this will be... Is that a Timberwolf right there? Or logs? Nope, there's the Timberwolves. Okay, so we're gonna have a little... I'm gonna use my marine flares that I just got. Brand new marine flares. Cold teas. So yeah, if the Timberwolves are spawned in where they are right now, yeah, you're not gonna be able to avoid them. I don't think there's any possible way to avoid those. And maybe if I went up that way, but it's going to be kind of gnarly with thin ice and whatnot. So we'll just use our marine flare. We'll be fine.
Damn, I'm freezing.
I mean, the fun thing to do is just to fight them. I mean, that's always a good time. He didn't even see him. He hasn't seen me yet. Let's shoot him. Let's shoot him whenever he's get him with my match. I'll get him with my match. I wonder how close you can get to one. Oh, he's not gonna turn around? That jerk. See, I was gonna get him while he was howling at me, but he never saw me. Oh, here's one, here's one. Oh, okay. They're just roving around, huh? Look at that. Going across the ice. Maybe they do just wander around. I thought they just sort of, you know, kind of patrolled an area for a bit. Oh, look how close we are to this one. Didn't see us. That's cool. Alright. And we just saw 4 of them, so I wonder if I stand up now, I don't want to play out. It's okay, let's just go. Let's just go. It's gonna be fine. That was kind of cool, though. So there's 2 waterfalls. Just to get oriented. There's a cave down here, There's 2 waterfalls and then the transition cave. Just for folks trying to, you know, navigate a little bit in Bleak Inlet, because it's can be a little difficult. I need some of these just because I'm not doing any hunting right now. I've pretty much looted all of the food that we're going to be going through right now. There's a couple of zones I didn't go to. One of them was well, one of them's defeated already, huh? Okay. One of them was Broken Railroad, and Desolation Point. Ooh, run. Is that it? I think that's it. I think just those 2. Okay, this should be enough food to get us the rest of the way. And we have dog food, crying out loud. Okay. Saying goodbye. Yeah, sometimes there's a wolf car. I don't know if there's always a wolf carcass there, but maybe. Might always be a wolf carcass there. For whatever reason. Okay, I think going into this cave would be a good time to show another zone's Polaroids. Let's stick them in here. Okay, Blackrock Polaroids, probably the most straightforward of the bunch, because there are 2 static spawns for 2 Polaroids that you map in 2 locations. Very straightforward. And in fact, as far as the splash screen goes, pre what's it called, far territory, you see it every single time you start TLD. There's a sign as you walk into the prison, and the Polaroid just sitting right there in the sign. It's at the corner. It's like it's tucked into the sign. So that's that one. The other one is a little tougher to get to, and I'll explain how to get there. Probably the best reference point to start from is the Bricklayer's Retreat right here. So what you would do is come up here, and you get on this road. I don't know exactly where this road is. It's not on this map, but the hunter's blind's on this side of the road. It's on this. So this is the road here. The blind is on this side. So get on this road. You would go past where it would be, and because of the hill, the terrain is, you can't get up on this plateau. So you have to go past it and then turn around and come back up. And it's the hunter's blinds right there. And you get that Polaroid. And then kind of the other tricky spot with this is where to map the prison Polaroid from. There's a electrical tower. And it's sort of the most northern tower from the prison. Here's the prison right here. So it's the most northern tower, because there's several all along this along here, but it's the most northern one. Just get up to the top of it, and you'll eventually get the cue to map. And then the next spot, the next vista spot, is way down here towards the mine. You climb the rope up to the mine. You just hang a right and just work your way. Just stay to the right, and you'll go out to a point where you overlook the ravine that you climbed out of, and that'll be the next spot, and that's it. Okay. Gonna need some light, I guess. Got 2 torches. Yeah. What else do I want to say about Always makes you pick up the sticks first. Sticks take priority. If those are good torches, are they? Who knows? We'll find out. What else do I want to say about Polaroids? Let me think. Well, one thing we discovered was that when you're mapping the vistas, you need to always make sure you have the little indicator, the vista indicator, is showing. Because we stepped out of it one time in Hush River Valley and ended up not mapping the Polaroid, and I thought I did. And then I just had like this sort of like this voice in the back, Shabby, you need to go check that. You know, a little voice in my head, tell me something was wrong. And I went and checked, and yes, I didn't map the Polaroid spot. I just stepped right outside of the area, the bubble. So just be aware of that as well. I think I have a. Oh, you know what? I clipped one. When we mapped the Mystery Lake Polaroid, I had shot a wolf with an arrow, and it ran. What else, right? I shot a wolf, and it ran off with my arrow, and ran up to the lookout tower. Well, it didn't run all the way up there. It ran about halfway up, and then it went towards Trappers. It went that direction, and I was like, well, I'll check for that later. So I went up to the top of the lookout, and I mapped the Polaroid up there, and it showed the wolf by clear cut, and it allowed me to find my arrow. So it's just another. It's a useful thing to use for with Polaroids, is finding your arrows. You can also do that just with regular mapping, but obviously the Polaroid's going to open up a huge, much larger area to help you find that. So just that's a little tip on useful uses of it. Useful uses. It's still early. I'm still. The coffee's still kicking in here. Give me some. Cut me some slack.
Think about his food.
Another thing is, if you're doing Faithful Cartographer, you don't actually have to go to every location and map from those spots. You can get credit for mapping the landmarks with Polaroid. So I think, let's just look real quick. For example, Bleak Inlet, I got a ton. Wait a minute, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, let's look at surveyed locations. So I only mapped in Bleak Inlet. I've only mapped from the Vista point, but I got credit for. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm not looking at Bleak Inlet. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, see, look at all these I got. I got tons of credit for those landmarks. So something to keep in mind. I think we lost it. We lost our fire. That's okay. We got plenty of matches. Okay, I think this would be a good time to check out Forlorn Muskeg Polaroids. There are 2 Polaroids in the zone, and there are 8 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 locations. Let's start at the top here. Marsh Ridge. There's a small little cave on Marsh Ridge with let's change colors here, with a little kind of like not a real cave, but a small cave, let's say, with that's where the stem is. Easy to find. Next one is the Low Blind, also easy to find. It is, I don't know if there's anything really reference point nearby. This is Broken Railroad is this way. So there's a hunter's blind like right here. Very easy to see. That's another spot. The Bear Cave, can be tough because you got to. It's tricky because the bear, the bear is there. So in my clip that I'm showing, I work my way around the island this direction and go into the bear cave that way. Probably would have been a lot easier to go in from this direction. But there's sort of like an arch right here. That's sort of a landmark that you might see that might help you locate this spot. And in fact, you might want to, if you're searching up the area, get up to the high ground up here and cross a log and then just work your way around the edge. And then you can work your way over to the broken tower. There's a cave right by the broken tower. That's another spot. Let's see. There's a shed right here. On your way to the forge, you might have seen the shed. Sometimes there's a corpse there, and that could also have a Polaroid on it as well. The next spot is behind the forge. So let's say this is Spence's farm here. There's some hills and rocks up here behind it. It's not too far away, but because there's a huge area up here, but I would say it's like kind of close. The wiki does say you need to be sort of above it and looking down on it to see it. I've never found this one in particular, so I don't have a lot of advice on how to find that particular Polaroid. I did find this Polaroid though, and this can be tricky too. There's some the bunkhouses, which is close to Spence's farm. You have to cross like a pier dock thing, and there's 3 or 4 buildings. I think it's the middle building has right along the edge of the building. There's a briefcase that blends into the wall of the bunkhouse. So you might miss it, but it's there. That's another one. The high blind, also another hunter's blind that is out by itself over here. I don't know. There's not a really good landmark to it. It's just sort of, it's just over here. That's all I can help you with on that one. The 2 spots where you map from is the Muskeg Overlook is one. It is, I guess the closest reference point is the transition cave to Bleak Inlet. And you just go up this ridge and just follow the high ground all the way up, and you'll get to, there's a radio control tower up there, and that's another spot where you map from. And the other spot is also another radio control tower way up here. It's near Hat Creek. This is Hat Creek right here. Yeah, so there's a cave here by Hat Creek, which goes way over here to Marsh Ridge. And yeah, so there's a radio control tower up there as well. And that's it for Forlorn Muskeg. Okay, and we're back. Let's continue on. Let's eat our dog food. How much do we weigh? I'm just curious. Okay, not that bad. Not that bad. I can get rid of some of this. We don't need this. Just don't need it. Well, and actually I want to look at my stick count too. 39 sticks. Okay, we're good on sticks. Let's drop a few and we won't pick up any more. Okay. Just lighten our load a little bit. I mean, we're almost to the spot where I want to get to in Mystery Lakes. I'm gonna have to start popping in some more of these maps, these Polaroid maps, a little bit quicker. So maybe right here would be a spot. I don't know. We'll fix it in post. Come on, Shabby. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is something I only know once. This is now I know 2 spots. I know it moves around, so this is new for me. Is this right here. This little campsite. Look at this. Look at all these goodies here. Mittens, firewood, pork and beans. Come on. Now we're talking. Let's see what's in this backpack. Probably nothing. Oh, crackers. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on, let's do it. This can be treacherous, this route. Oh, let's go back. I have fallen in. I think the last time I fell into the ice was right through here somewhere. So, of course, we got the wind going against us, so it's going to make running not very helpful. In fact, I might just get out there over where the hunter's blind is. Let's get out here.
I can't feel my feet.
I don't know exactly where those spots are, but maybe it's just we just need to get beyond this one little spot up here. The other thing about the Polaroids too is like, or just any of the maps, you just got to keep in mind that,
God, yeah, freezing.
you know, whenever you survey a location, it maps in things that are there, and so like it'll map in this maple right here, and let's do a little experiment. Let me just show you. I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of like no duh, but okay, right here. Let's turn all this stuff off. Okay, so right here there's a maple right here. So let's chop it down. Okay, now let's look. Oop. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Maple's still there. So now let's make a fire. So can we make a fire here? We'll use our accelerant. Oh, that didn't help, did it? Kind of slow. This accelerant doesn't seem to help much with Magellan's fires. Okay. Just FYI. Okay, hopefully that won't get blown out. I just don't want to take any damage, really. Let's make another birch bark and have some of our pork and beans. Let's put this away. It's driving me nuts. I think right now while we're cooking, let's show another map. Something. Okay, Coastal Highway Polaroids. There's one Polaroid in this zone and 4 potential locations with 1 Vista location at Abandoned Lookout Tower. The first one we're going to talk about is the above the rock fall spot, potential spot. It is, okay, as the name implies, there's a rock fall here in this area at the end of the road. And then there's a whole kind of a huge area up here that I don't know exactly where the spawn is exactly, but I think, because I've never found the Polaroid here, but I think it's where I searched in this clip that I'm showing, where I find a backpack at the top of a hill. So That's my best guess of where that is. I don't know for sure. The second one is outside of, well, the closest reference point is the fishing camp right here area. There's a hillside that you can walk up straight from the fishing camp, and then you walk along sort of the ridge line. There's a big log, and there's a corpse that will spawn at the where the roots are. You can literally walk right past this. If there are no crows and you don't know where this is, you can walk right past it. So be careful of that. The next one is in this, there's a cabin up here in this sort of area. It's close to this spawn point. You have to sort of go over a road. There's a road embankment with like the logs and stuff, and you drop down, and sort of a flat area with a cabin, and just to the left of the cabin there's these rocks, and there's a backpack over there that can have the Polaroid in it. And then the final spot is an island that is between Misanthrope and Jackrabbit, and obviously closer to Misanthrope Island. There's just a little tiny little island by itself, and there's a spot there too. Once you find that Polaroid, you can go up to Abandoned Lookout Tower, which is close to, well, there's like it's sort of the highest part of the road. The road sort of zigzags back and forth. What's it called? Cinder Hill Mines is up here. But yeah, it's a kind of a well-known spot, and that's where you would map the Polaroid from. And that's it for Coastal Highway. Okay, I'm gonna put out a little tea so I can warm up real quick. Okay. Actually, we can stand right here and survey. So let's do that. Hopefully I have another piece of charcoal. I do. Okay. Alright, so now let's map this area. Okay. Now the maple's gone. So it'll update if you resurvey, but it won't update. The map won't change as you gather resources. Whatever resources are showing whenever you map, those will stay there until you survey again. Just so you know. Which is cool, which makes sense. That's kind of how it would actually work. There was I had so many things I wanted to talk about with Polaroids. I was going to write them all down. Maybe I'll just put them in the notes. Some shabby tips, some shabby Polaroid tips in the notes, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know if I want to eat those just yet.
I can carry much more.
Not sure about that. Let's look at our torches. I don't carry extra torches, aren't. So we still got 2 boom cans, 3 boom cans. Let's get a couple of good ones. There's a good one. There we go. Alright, one more. Good luck. Okay, let's go. It's good luck. Okay, let's go through here. Yeah, the high blind's a funny thing, because if you look straight ahead, it's not rendering in right now. But it'll pop in here in a sec. Wait a minute, is that high blind? Yeah, that's high blind, I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute, no, it's not. High blind's... Okay, I'm confused now. I think that's high blind. Maybe it's not. No, it's not. It's further down that way. Oh well. I just got confused by that tree, that fallen tree. I know what this rock is because I've had to camp out in this little nook before. Just feel like there might be a corner wolf here, so let's avoid that.
I need to find a place to rest.
We are getting pretty low on our energy, but we're almost out of the zone. Yeah, this is like a little nook here. Maybe a little fire in here hung out. Let's look at some Polaroids while we're in here. Okay. Let's eat our pork. Ooh, let's sit in here and eat our pork and beans. Maybe we'll look at another map. Wait a minute. Where's our pork and beans? Did we eat them already? Oh no, not right here. Oh, they were just ruined. Okay. There we go. Okay, Pleasant Valley Polaroids. There's one Polaroid in this zone, and there are 5 potential spawn locations, and you map it from Signal Hill. Let's see, the easiest one to talk about, I guess, is Prepper Cache. There's a, it's not in the Prepper Cache itself. There's the dilapidated building that's, oh, let's switch colors. What's happening here? There's a little abandoned building that's next to the actual Prepper Cache. It would be in there. The next spot is at the plane crash. It is in the actual plane itself, fuselage, for you experts out there. It would be the furthest into the, right by the cabin, basically, by the cabin door. You can sort of work your way through the aisle and then get up to the very, very front of the plane, and it's laying on the ground right there. The upper part. The next one is in a cave near the plane crash. So let's say the plane crash is here. Of course, I have it labeled. There's a cave that's close by. There's Skeeter's Ridge is up in here. Yeah, it's kind of a well-known cave because it's such a convenient spot. It has a bed in it too, so it's like a beginner, beginning of the game spawn cave that you would use. So it's well known. Another spot is near the Three Strikes. It's not in the Three Strikes farm, but let's say the Three Strikes farm is here. It's to the east of it, kind of along these hills. There's a tree, a fallen tree, and there's a corpse that would spawn sort of right at by the roots of the tree. That is another spot. And then another one is close to the farmhouse. Slightly tricky to get there. Let's say the farmhouse is here. There's sort of an embankment with like there's the road sort of goes along an embankment, so you would go past the embankment and work your way back around, and there's like a little nook in there with some brambles and stuff. That's another spot. And then finally, kind of a well-known spot, the Signal Hill radio control tower. It's basically on the ledge of that. So let's say, you just go out to the ledge and you'll get the queue, and that's where you would map from. All right. I'm having concerns about corner wolves right now, so I'm just... Okay, I think we're alright for a bit. Then we'll look out for this pesky bear. Actually, let's be tougher. Ooh, we get to have boom cans. I don't think boom cans to me are only good against Timberwolves. And they're especially good at the beginning, early game. After you get your bow and stuff, and like a collection of flares, it's really not as helpful. I think there are a few. If you don't want to waste your arrows, there's the bear right there in front of us. If you don't want to use up your arrows, and you're just in a weird spot, I think I always use the example of I think it's called the jailer's residence in Blackrock, in that shed where the truck is. It's a very difficult place to throw torches at Timberwolves. Very difficult. And so if you don't have arrows, even if you do have arrows, it can still be tough. I think boom cans work great in that situation. It's very highly situational though. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible, but they are limited use, let's say. There he is. I don't know if I want to mess with him. He's glitchy. He's a glitchy boy. Let's just go down here because it's easier. There's always a wolf up there in those hills, and then there are hills. There's wolves, and then there are hills. Okay. Alright. Getting pretty close. Getting pretty close, folks. Just feel safer having a weapon out. We never saw the moose spawn in over in that corner. I don't want to go check. So close. Let's go check. Let's go check. I just want to see it. I'm not saying I want to hunt it. I just want to see it. We really are close to the cave that I want to go look at for the final Polaroid spot. So might as well. Yeah, see, we're just peeking over that ridge here, and there is not a moose. I still have yet to find this moose. There are moose markings right there. But yeah. I mean, I can't complain too much. We did see a moose today, so I mean that's pretty good. Let's take our little shortcut that we discovered. This is gonna be my new base right here. This spot. New base. What do you think? You like it? Alright, let's go down here in the tunnel and we'll make some coffee. Make a little bit of coffee. We should probably think about some of the other places we visited along this journey, this 80 plus day journey that we've gone on. There's so many spots. Yeah, talking about some of these locations, I think probably Ash Canyon was probably the most difficult as far as looking for Polaroids go. There's a large area in the southern part of the map that is complicated. There's lots of twists and turns and nooks and crannies and logs to cross and gaps to jump over, and if there's no reason, there's not any good reason to go in. There's not really any good loot in there either. So it's not visited very often. So for all those reasons, in there, I think there's 3 Polaroid spawns in there. So trying to describe those areas is very difficult, and I hope I did. I hope I would recommend looking at the video that the actually the long form videos that I did, and trying to find those spots using that. That might be the best way to find those. But Ash Canyon was challenging, and I think actually they've moved some of the spawns, but I don't know for sure. But I think all of the listed ones, I don't know if all of those are active now, because I know that they reconfigured some of those because of the one that would spawn way up in an inaccessible area called, I think the fans call it like Wolf Plateau or something like that. But there was a Polaroid spawn up there when Ash Canyon first came out, and you couldn't get to it. So they moved them around. So I don't know if they just moved the one or what. Because I do remember there was one in a cave in Miner's Folly that I have not seen spawn in a really long time, and I just wonder if that one got changed as well. But maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say sometimes. Okay, Ash Canyon Polaroids, probably the most complicated of all of the zones for Polaroid searching. There are 9 locations. I don't have the Vista locations on here. I will describe those for you. Let's start at the top. There's a spot up here. I don't know if this is the best spot to start or not. So hard for this one. The gold mine is up here. There's a little cave in here. The stem is right there. There's a spot near a ledge. There's a container that will spawn near a ledge, and that's all I can help you with on that. There is on the back side of the gold mine, there is a 3-rope climb, and it is the final rope down. There is, at the top of that rope, there is a little metal box, a little cache box that can spawn, and that is another potential spot for a Polaroid. Another spot here is the Angler's Overlook, we're calling it. Climber's Cave. This is a very good location to remember. Climber's Cave is right here. If you work your way along the left, if you keep the wall to your left, there is a cliff that overlooks Angler's Den, and there is a potential spot there. Container past a log. Okay, this is where it gets complicated. Okay, so here's where it gets complicated. Container past a log. There is a birch, a birch forest here that, let's say that Shelf Cave is right here. So you would work your way along, go through the birch forest, and then hang a left. There's a path up to the left. You turn back around, go over a log, and beyond that log, there is a little container sitting there on the right where there's a Polaroid. That's actually where I found mine. The next area, these 3 right here are difficult. This whole area right here that I have circled is a very complicated area in Ash Canyon. It is very hard to navigate. So do your best. Work your way around, look, explore. There's lots of cool little nooks and crannies in here. The transition cave to Timberwolf Mountain is right here. So if you hang a right from there, there is a path. There is a log that is sort of over this little gap here, but underneath that log is a container that could contain a Polaroid. And if it's just difficult. This whole area is very difficult. There's a log crossing another span over here where there could be a Polaroid. You just have to work your way around in this area. And then finally, there's an area where there is a leaf bed, a stray pot, and whatnot. And that's all I can help you with. Hopefully the clip that I'm showing will help you navigate that and figure out where exactly that is. The other couple of spots are there is a rope climb that goes down to I forget what it's called, the something respite, but the rope climb is the closest landmark, and along that path, if you'll see a grove of little birch saplings. If you go past those birch saplings, there'll be a container back there that has the Polaroid in it. And then finally, the Miner's Folly area is up here. There's a small little walk-through cave that has another leaf bed in it as well, and that could also contain a Polaroid. The two Polaroid spots that you map from are Wolf's Jaw Overlook, which is right in here, and the other spot is High Meadow, which is right here. This is the other spot right here. Just for reference, this is Climber's Cave is right here, so that you can go up here and do a 2-rope climb and get up to High Meadow. That is one of many ways to get up there. Very complicated. I'm sorry if that was confusing, but that's the best I can do for this. It's very complicated. Good luck. Okay. All right, let's keep going. That's worth it. Just paranoid right now. So our last spot is right up this hill here. I don't think you can get up there. I'm not gonna try it. Let's go down a ways and then we'll go up. Actually, maybe we'll just go into camp office and we'll get some rest and then we'll do it tomorrow. And we'll go up there tomorrow. But yeah, because it's almost sundown. We'll just do it in the morning. Pretty excited about the update. Pretty excited. It's gonna be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. And this is gonna be probably the last time I play TLD until it comes out. I'm trying to milk it a little bit, you know. This wind sucks. I hate it. I hate being frustrated for my last 10 minutes playing, but hey, that's the game for you. Being frustrated is part of the game. I think probably the wind is it's it gets you on an emotional level almost. It's a underestimated challenge in this game, I think, is dealing with the wind. And I really didn't realize that until I started playing Nagoa, and the wind on Nagoa settings is just horrendous. It's hard to manage. It's hard to manage the wind. You can't have a fire in the open almost ever, at least for a decent period of time. If you do, you consider yourself lucky, or you've just gotten really good at placing fires, which I guess that's another skill that I haven't quite mastered. So, but even if you watch really, really good players, really experienced players, they still have a hard time keeping a fire going. Okay, camp office, baby. Alright, this would be a good time to put in another map of something. I don't know what yet. I guess we'll fix it in post, like I say. Fix it in post. Okay, let's get some sleep. Let's get some sleep, and then we'll do it. We'll finish her up in the morning. I think I'm gonna dream of a map of a place that has Polaroids. How about that? Let's dream. We're gonna do some dreaming. Look at all these stems we still have. Tons of them. Clothes are in good shape. Yep. Let's eat our sardines. Got 2 cans of peaches on us, folks. This is good times. This is a good time. I didn't check to see if there was any water down there or not. Yeah, I'm just trying to get more tired. Don't need that. Okay, we never got attacked by a wolf, so I've been carrying that lichen around with me pretty much since the beginning, since day one. They are lighter but pre-crafted, which doesn't make sense. But once you craft them, they're a little bit heavier, which is no big deal. But you have plenty of time to craft it before the infection sets in. So I just leave them uncrafted. But it's really negligible how much weight you save by not crafting, but whatever. Never makes you happy, you know. Okay. Alright, well let's get some shut-eye. And we'll do it in the morning. I might have to kill some, it is a little early to be going to sleep, but that's okay. Timberwolf Mountain Polaroids. There are 2 Polaroids that can spawn in this zone. Let's start with this top one right here, this corpse. Eric's Falls is right here, and there's a little cave by Eric's Falls. You can work your way down this stream, and there's a hill up here. Beyond that hill, just south of it, there's a corpse that would be laying down there below it. And that's one spot. Okay, another spot is, we're going to skip Andres Peak for right now. Another spot is right here. Okay, let's say this is the Bear Cave. Here is the Mountaineer's Hut, just for reference. So the Bear Cave that's over here near the Mountaineer's Hut. Right here, there's some debris. There's a wing right here. And there's a cave right here. If you go past the wing, there's a cave. That's one spot. And above that cave, there is a some high ground above that cave where there's a backpack up here. So you would basically go out this cave to the right and then up. And in that area, there's a potential spot there. These two I'm going to talk about together, Echo Peak East and West. There's two hills that that you would go between if you are going to Ash Canyon. You would go down below and then turn right and then on to Ash Canyon. The Bear Cave is right here. So there's an easy path that you can clearly see that leads up to the top of this. That is one spot, and then there's another path that leads to the top of this one. And those are two potential spots as well. And finally, well, not finally, but another spot is the Summit Cave. So if you're going to the summit, it's the very last rope that you would take to the summit. And then if you turn left, as soon as you get to the top of the rope and go straight, there's a cave right there. And that's another potential spot. If you're up at the summit and you have the summit Polaroid, highly recommend mapping it. So here's the plane crash, and just to this side of the plane crash, there's a ledge where you would map the summit Polaroid from. And then finally, Andres Peak. This is kind of a tricky spot to get to. Again, here's Mountaineer's Hut. If you follow that creek up, you can climb up a rope and get to the Mountaineer's Hut. Another way is by goating down from the summit and working your way over. Another way to get to it is if you hang a right from this creek and then do some switchbacks, and you can get up to Andres Peak. Andres Peak has a Polaroid potential spot and the location to map from as well. And that's it for Timberwolf Mountain. Let's dream of a place. Place with Polaroids. Maybe two places. Well, let's sleep again and we'll dream of a different place. It's a good time to think about these locations while the storm rages on outside. Okay. Alright, let's get some more food in us. Eat our jerky. Okay, we're going to have to pass some time, I think. Why don't we sharpen our axe, though? Let's do that. It's going to be one of those days where it's blizzards for, half the day. Played 500 days, and I used whetstones and sewing kits regularly, and I didn't try to conserve them, and I still had plenty. So I don't know if you need to really be super careful about that stuff, unless you're going, whoa, 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 what's happening? Don't do that. So, okay. Almost broke down my axe. Talking too much, Shabby. Come on. Oh my god. That's hilarious. Okay, let's pass some time. I really shabbed it up at the end there. Come on. What are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself. Oh yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. It's gonna be one of those days. It's gonna blizzard all day. Okay, let's stop it now. Okay. Alright, let's go on out here. Let's finish her up. So there's two ways to get... This is a very kind of unvisited, a very remote part of Mystery Lake. One of the lesser visited spots. For reasons because there's just nothing really up here. There's no wolves though, but there's like a deer. I think one deer roaming around and a few rabbits. But other than that, there's really no reason to visit. And in fact, I didn't even know about it for a very long time. The two ways to get up here is going this way, and then there's a rope climb at the very bottom end of the lake. There's a rope climb over there to get up here, so. And we're looking down at the, sort of the, what's that called? Lake access, or something like that? What's that? There's that path that runs around, along the, you know, behind the rocks on the other side of the lake. I forget what that's called actually. So it's up here on this ridge, and then you go, just keep working your way along this ridge, and then it'll sort of level off. Okay. You go this way. So yeah, we're above the, what's it called? The, we're above
My fingers feel
Quiet Clearing? Is that what it's called? Dave's Quiet Clearing? I think that's what it's called. We're just above that. And then on that side is the railroad tracks. So we're kind of heading towards the Forlorn Muskeg transition tunnel right now.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit.
So yeah, if you kept going that way, we're pretty much in the zone now, in the area now, so we can head over in here. Yeah, so this is just kind of a weird little area. Like I said, there's not much over here, just some rabbits, a deer maybe, and then a cave with a Polaroid in it, possibly. Looks like there's some birch bark here too. Yeah, so this is it. I guess we can run over, let's run over to the rope real quick so you can get a view of that, and then I'll run down to the cave, and then we'll call it there. Then we'll make a map of, or maybe make a fire and we'll talk about the Mystery Lake Polaroids real quick, and then I think that'll be it. And then next time we see each other, we will be in the far territory. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh man. Oh man. Let's take care of that. Ah. Yeah, so right here's the rope. And this is, based on the description, it's very confusing. The description's confusing. I guess maybe I just had forgotten that there was a cave up here, and that's why I was confused. Oops, the wrong. Let's just do a little. Take care of the pain real quick. Yeah, I think I'd just forgotten that there was a cave up here, and so whenever I was reading the description, I was confused. So the description is talking about this cave down here.
I need to find food.
Okay. Here we are. Okay, let's make a little fire. We'll just end it with a little fire here. Fireside chat with Shabby. Oh, I thought I had accelerant. I used it. That's right. I used it. Used it already. Okay.
Come on, little fire.
All right. Well, let's talk about the. Yeah. Let's put the Mystery Lake Polaroids in here right now. Mystery Lake Polaroids. There are 2 Polaroids in this zone, and let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential spots where it could spawn in, where they could spawn in. Let's start at the top here. This corpse. This corpse is could spawn in. This is the dam. Let's say. Oops, I always just start off the wrong color. The dam is right here. If you go across that bridge by the dam and work your way to the right, along the right, there's a area up here where a corpse could spawn. You can kind of go on up. There's a on Stalker or modes like Stalker. There's a prepper's cache up there. There's also a little backpack up there that you can find with stuff. I've never found this Polaroid, but apparently there's a corpse with a Polaroid spawn on it. Spot that I do know for sure that there's a Polaroid is the clear cut. So this area is the clear cut. There's the clear cut bear is right here. If you work your way up here up this hill, there's a fallen log or a fallen tree, and there's a corpse that will spawn next to that tree that can have a Polaroid on it. Another couple spots that are close together is at the unnamed pond, this is unnamed pond. If you go north of unnamed pond, there's a little cabin up here. Right on the front porch of that cabin, there can be a Polaroid, and then work your way north of that cabin. Actually, there's a moose spawn in here. There can be a corpse with a Polaroid on it as well. There's also the abandoned lookout on the steps of the abandoned lookout tower. It's a broken tower up here on this high ground. It's on the steps, so look for it there. Lake overlook. There's camp offices right here. Actually, wait a minute, is that right? No, camp office is more like right here. Camp office is here. If you go up to Lake Overlook, there's a cave up there. There's a Polaroid spawn up there. And the other 2 spots, there's a bear cave down here on this end of the lake. Sort of the most northern cabin is close by. If the bear has not spawned, if you don't get the Mystery Lake bear, you could possibly get the Polaroid spawn in the bear cave. And then finally is some controversy here. I was misinformed, or I misinterpreted the description on the wiki. I thought it was by the rope. There's a cave right here. There's a rope climb. I thought it was by the rope climb. It is not. It is actually, there's a cave further into this upper area right here. There's a cave up there, and I will be going there with my character to show you where that spot is, just to make it official. And then finally, okay, one more last thing is where you map these things from. One spot is the overlook tower up here on this high ground. There's a tower up there. Vista Point is there, and then another Vista Point is the lake overlook Vista Point right here. And that's it for Mystery Lake. Good luck out there. Okay, now what else? I guess just to put a cap on this whole thing, it's been a blast. I've really enjoyed this whole series. Again, Polaroids, think of them like it's a big treasure hunt. You're exploring the far reaches of the zones. It's just it's a fun adventure, and I think probably trust what you're reading in the wiki. It can be confusing. Sometimes you have to backtrack and double check, but they are out there. And I know it's not like an integral part of the game. It doesn't really. You can do it on any level of difficulty. It's just a fun thing to do. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you don't dismiss Polaroids as some silly thing. It is an actual fun part of this game, I think. So everyone take care out there. We'll see you in the far territory. Okay, take care. Actually, don't take care. Take it shabby.